keia ka moku au hau o ka ohana o ka ua niki, ka ua nui a mahi. O na ili ula ka wahini, no hupulawa i hanau ia o ka maha kawa ka ua iki. O kumaha kawa ka ua iki ke kani, o kuanea ka wahini, no hupulawa i hanau ia o Kilauano kumaha kawa. O Kilauano kumaha kawa ke kani, o Lilia Baba ka wahini. No hupulawa i hanau o Louis Kilauano. O Louis Kilauano ke kani, o kawahiwa ka holo iki.
It's significant for us to start there because it's honoring our kupunas and having them to be a part of our celebration and our reunion, even though they aren't here. Because of them, we are here.
You know, it's something that has been a family tradition from our kupuna's time, and what they have passed on is what we want to pass on to the next generation to keep the tradition going. Not only the tradition, but to make sure that the family can be together. And for me personally, I think it's a good time not only to remember families, but families that have gone, past, present, and future.
I gotta tell you one thing about my dad. Every weekend, he would take the horse and go down to Polihali. You know where the monkey paw tree is? A little further down, my great grandmother had a home there, up in a hill. So my dad used to go there every weekend. He used to get his taro, pitch his fish, give to the tutu, and then bring everything back to Kekaha for our grandpa and grandpa.
Going down there with my their Papa Sugar, he would bring us in. Actually, he had a little trailer, and we were such a kind of, when Zinaga had her children and Rhoda, and he would put all the kids in this trailer. You know, can you stand up in a Jeep? He only had a Jeep, and we'd all go down to the beach, and we'd have a blast. We'd have lunch there. He'd barbecue, you know, what do they call it? Auntie Margaret said puleho down there. Mm-hmm. It was really good.
I loved going there. My dad was more comfortable at the beach, and that was his growing up place. He and his tutu stayed in Polihali after the family moved away, and all the families were asked to move out of there because they were going to do sugarcane. So he stayed there with his tutu, and when she got very ill, then they moved her back to Kekaha. So my dad was probably the last to move out of Manao.
Polihali has always been, as far as our family reunion is concerned, is because that's where our kupunas or our great-grandfathers originated from. And so what we do is in respect, we always open up and we go and visit them out there at Polihali, especially in our grave at Po'o'ahonu, which is Queen's Pond. Through Auntie Vita's efforts and everybody else's efforts out there at the base, we were able to be our family. Na Papa Ohana o Mana is recognized by the Department of Navy to be caretakers of this area. And so like make sure our keiki know that, because when we go, you guys are going to have the Kuleana responsibility to continue, if you can. I'm not sure how long this can go on, but as long as there's somebody among you who can carry on the tradition, this will be our family home area. And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional because I can feel our kupunas with us today.
It's a little dusty, but we put them in here because this is where your Louis and Kalihiva. This is their home, and this is where the children was with them. Here, Tutu Man.
That's Tutu Man.
Yeah, come take your picture.
Louis Kilauano and Tutu
This,
Kalihiva.
This is the man we're celebrating. And in 2027, Kainoapuka, this is she. That's her lineage. I think that this is our generation, and we're now known as, we hold that title now as Kapunas. But we have a lot of Keikis. You know, and my thing is, they're the rising generation. Hello. You know, so this is for them. Hopefully they can carry on tradition, but sometimes it doesn't last. Some people, you know, traditions don't last, but we hope they can carry it on. And that's what my Kuleana is by doing reunion.
Well, right now, I want to pass on that, you know, they should spend more time with each other than this. You know, this stuff is, to me, you're kind of losing track of where you're at because you're always on the computer or texting. Nothing wrong, I do it too, but to do it constantly, you need to stay in touch with what's around you, you know, and not stay indoors. Get out there. Forget the electric bikes. Use this one. You need the exercise.
Oh, if I could give them everything in my brain that I can remember, is probably the same thing our kupunas taught us, was to take care of the family, remember them, keep their memory or their lives alive. And we try to do that, you know, every place we go and there's a memory, one of the sisters will say something, what memory they had of the place, and just a lot of sitting down, talking story was always instilled on us.
O kamakani ole hale kuaroa e mana'o na kupuna o Kilauano o ka mauna kie kie e nā
Kainoapuka.